Hey, I'm Richard. I'm the co-founder of Nap.ai, and I just wanted to make a video to tell you about Agency, which I just came across today, and I've done a bit of a deep dive in, and I thought people might be interested in the analysis. It's basically a collective for inter-agent collaboration. It's mainly run by Cisco, but also with projects like LangChain and Llama Index contributing. They have this cool blog post where they like lay out this vision and the need for inter-agent compatibility, which is cool. It talks a little bit about the different projects that are contributing, and it also shares some links to repos that are already open source. And I think it looks like they mentioned they're going to release more code at the end of March. So I don't know what that's going to be for, but yeah, looking forward to seeing that too. So in terms of the different repos, they have one for agent schemas, the Open Agentic Schema framework. And if you go into the schema folder, you'll see like a bunch of JSON objects which like lay out their proposed schemas for different things, right? So there's one for agent, for example. They wanted to have agent name, agent ID, agent version, creation time, authors. There's also like skills down here, which is kind of like tools. They also have one for agent deployment. We have something similar in ours, which I'll show in a second. Yeah, a bunch of different like schemas. There's also some cool ones for like performance. So, here's how they think agent performance should be defined, average response time, stability, execution success rate. There's also one for cost in terms of like tokens used and that sort of thing. So these are what, most projects end up defining their own schema, and there's no standards for it. So yeah, if we can all use the same schemas for that, that would make everything much more interoperable. So yeah, check this out. Check out the schemas. There's a few that I couldn't find that I thought would be useful. Like for example, I couldn't find like an LLM config or anything like that. So maybe I just missed it, but I'm sure there's like a few things that could be added here as well. So yeah, here's just to go over some of our schemas in the NAPTA SDK. So we have things like an LLM config, an agent config, which takes LLM config as a parameter. We also have configs for like tools, orchestrators, environments, embedding models, yeah, a bunch of stuff. We also have like agent deployments and like tool deployments, and yeah, we've done agent runs. So we've defined a bunch of these ourselves, but yeah, having some sort of set of standard schemas to converge on is going to be super useful. The other one is the Agent Connect protocol. This is another repo that they shared in the blog post. So this is basically like a bunch of standards for searching for agents, for example. There's one for like getting an agent based on its ID, for like running agents, and a few different things. So I think it's mostly just like markdown files in this repo at the moment. But yeah, again, this is something that would be like really useful to converge on. And it reminds me a bit of Agent Protocol by the AI Engineering Foundation that came out probably like a year ago at this stage. Yeah, we have like a bunch of these endpoints ourselves. Like we have like agent/run, agent/check, all these sorts of things. So again, I think a lot of projects are just working on these themselves and like building from scratch. But if we have like a set of standard names that we can start to call these things, I think that's super useful. The other thing that they shared in the blog post is a white paper on the Internet of Agents. It's quite short and like high level, which I guess a white paper is supposed to be. But like basically the vision is to, we have this internet that formed first, and then there was this cloud internet, and now, Internet of Agents is this new internet that we're building. Yeah, there's some cool like schematics in here as well of the different layers in the stack and stuff like that. I can't find it. Maybe it's somewhere else. Oh no, I think it's in this other paper that they link to from the white paper, which is also by Cisco. So it's designing distributed agents in a worldwide network. Not sure if this was published or if it's just on archive. But yeah, they have some interesting details in here. A lot of the paper talks about like gateway agents and principal agents. So the idea of the gateway agent is that it acts as your gateway to the network. It keeps the registry, it'll retrieve stuff. So yeah, that was an interesting idea that I hadn't come across before. And then the principal agent is just like the planner agent that basically orchestrates the workflow. So yeah, I recommend checking this out. They also link to some like previous work on stuff like the Internet of Agents. So if anyone hasn't come across it before, this was quite a popular paper over 6 months ago now, which talks about, a framework for the Internet of Agents, how to assemble teams of agents. There's like an agent registry block, all that sort of stuff. And the paper focused a lot on heterogeneity as well, which is why I usually cite it. So what they show is that like increasing the heterogeneity of agent architectures in a multi-agent system improves performance, along with diversity of tools available to those agents and diversity of local knowledge. So there's some super cool experiments in this, and all of the code is open source as well. So yeah, it's great to hear people getting behind the Internet of Agents. It seems to be becoming more of a thing. We've been using this term for probably a year at this point, and like, you know, fundraised on it as well to build towards this vision of an Internet of Agents that are all cooperating, despite being written in, you know, different frameworks and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's great to learn about agency, and I'm definitely going to reach out and see if we can collaborate with them to build out these standards. Super cool.